What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the next episode of Stranded Deep, where I think we're going to do some construction today. We're going to try and do some construction anyways. I can't promise it's going to go that way, but I've brought back a lot of supplies. So I played for about an hour in between episodes, just trying to get enough stuff to where we could bring back some things that we need. Where did I leave my hammer? I know my hammer's around here somewhere. There it is. I need my hammer, Terrence. There we go. So we've got our hammer. Now that we've got our hammer, what we want to do is make some walls. Get this thing nice and sealed off so that it's safe from the elements so nobody can bother us. We got to decide which side is like the front though too, which I haven't really decided on. I think the other side's going to be the front. But didn't I say I was going to make this a little bit bigger? So I figure like the first wall will more than likely be right there, right? Oh, that looks cool. Okay, so it's got kind of like a native vibe to it. That's pretty sweet. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I'm excited about this now. Alright, so now that we've got this in play, I think we were planning on expanding the foundation out a little bit, weren't we? I think we were going to make the foundation go a little bit further in yay direction, perhaps. That seems okay. And then I should probably snap in a couple more walls. Maybe? Meh, we'll snap in walls over here, I guess. There we go. So there's another wall. I'm really excited about the opportunity to build this house, actually. Being able to have some kind of place where we can get out of the weather is a big deal. I hadn't thought about it before, but honestly, in this situation, your best bet, especially if you're from a northern climate, you have lighter skin, this place is going to eat you alive just based on the fact that it's just too much sunlight. It's way too much UV for your skin, and you got to watch out for sunburns too, some of which can be so bad that they can be second and third degree burns, which can cause permanent damage to your skin. And additionally, it dehydrates you. It causes your skin to just kind of like leach moisture. I think we're out of... are we? Are we out right now? Where is... I need an axe too. I haven't made an axe in a little bit. Maybe I should do that. So where's a lashing? Okay, I think I already have rocks in my inventory. And so since I have rocks in my inventory, let me find a stick real fast. I don't know where I dumped all my stuff on the beach. Actually, we must have taken it all up with us. There's no way that I went through all that already. Those foundations take so many sticks, man. Take a lot of sticks. Anyways, I suppose we'll have to go back out on more adventures here. Oh, there's some sticks. Okay, so I'll throw you down right there. Awesome. Now we can make a crude axe. Great. Now that we've got another crude axe, we will... You know what? Just to get more supplies, I'm going to deforest around here just because it's easier. Like, I'm tired of, like, sailing 35 minutes to another island just to chop some trees. And actually, that's how I spend a bunch of my time, and frankly, it's not how I want to spend my time in the middle of an episode, so I think I may have to go back on my word here, and we'll just keep deforesting the entire place. There's enough foliage that can't be destroyed to where I think it'll still look pretty natural. It'll still look okay. It won't look that bad. I just didn't want it to look like a bald guy's head. Like, I didn't want we're going to point at the island that we live on and be like, yeah, it's that ugly one over there. Like, I never wanted it to be the ugly island, especially if we can start getting neighbors, we got to keep up with the Joneses, obviously. So let's chop this trunk a little bit. I think I may put in 3 or 4 more foundations. I don't know. It's looking pretty good from my end on foundations, but I'd like to make it bigger rather than smaller. Additionally, I think we're hungry right now. So yeah, it might be a decent idea for us to restoke this fire over here and get working. There we go. I think I dropped my lighter around somewhere too. There it is. That's probably one of those things that I shouldn't have dropped because it's small and it's easy to lose. But I did because I'm a noob like that, so you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. These crabs are all in good shape. I think I would rather kill the bigger ones. Anybody want to build something with a crab? There we go. There's a crab. There's another one. I want some of the bigger ones, some of the real big ones. You can't really tell when they're underwater because they're all distorted. They're using some kind of ridiculous mirage magical shield underneath the water to hide themselves from me. I suppose I could spearfish as well. But I'll save that for a little bit now. That crab's too small. Not worth it. Need bigger ones. Need bigger crabs so that they'll feed me better. Feed me mo better. Let's see. Any crabs over on this side of the island that want to come along? Nay. No crabs on this side of the island. Well then, since our fire is already lit, I should have waited because you only get a limited duration out of the fire. And we need to make the best out of it. But since we're already here, there we go. I'm going to drop the remainder next to the fire. I tried to pile them in the fire. It wouldn't work. However, they will cook if you put them on a normal fire, so, you know, if you wanted to do that, it is a possibility. What can I do in here? Give me that hammer. Need another foundation. And so I think the next foundation's probably going to go, like, over here, maybe? I don't know if I want to build into that bush right there, though. Oh, you can make your house stand up, too? I didn't know you could elevate your house. That's pretty swell. Alright, well, I'll probably just do that right there. And then we'll take some supports, as usual. We'll start putting those in play. Alright. And we're out of wood again. Okay, so let's go ahead and handle that real fast. I realize this might not be the most thrilling of episodes, but hey, chopping down trees has got to happen. It's part of the game. Got to chop down a lot of trees, to be honest. The materials required in order to get the most rudimentary of buildings completed. It's quite a task. You got to set your mind to it, and you got to be ready to roll. Couple more sticks. Okay. The other problem is these trees aren't very big. This one right here, though, is. This one will give us all kinds of loot. We've got a fog bank rolling in, so it's a good thing we didn't go out exploring anyways, because we wouldn't have got far. The fog banks are what they are. Unfortunately, you just kind of got to live with it. They come through a lot, though. It seems like every day you end up with a reasonable amount of fog just randomly rolling in. Sort of reminds me of the Bay Area, to be honest. Get that fog rolling in like 2, 3 a.m., and then by 9, 10 in the morning, it's already burned off pretty quickly, but still, it'll lower that visibility. I live near a place called Death Alley. At least that's what locals call it. You call it Death Alley because there's car accidents out there like every other day. People getting killed. They put up a center divider, though, so it's gotten a little bit better. There's like a highway, basically. It's a 2-lane highway that runs out to Martinez and some other places. And basically, there didn't used to be a divider out there, and it would get foggy, and so people would drive that, and then they would crash into each other head-on and die. Hence the name Death Alley. What a fun name. Yay! Community participation in an ongoing, I guess, linguistic fad. I don't know. They don't call it that anymore because people don't get killed out that way quite so often now that they put in a big concrete divider, but people used to jump the line all the time and get killed when I was a kid. I remember my dad talking about it because my mom used to work out that way. So he was always worried about it. It's no fun, though. As you grow up and you start to have, like, significant others and, like, family members that commute long amounts every single day, it's like, you start to worry about it. Especially since, like, almost every time you're on the freeway, there's car accidents. It's just crazy. Doesn't help that it's California either. Like, in California, you gotta drive it like you stole it because everybody else will if you don't. That's the major issue. People always say California drivers are bad, but I wouldn't say that we're bad so much as we adapt to the situation that we live in. Like, there's so many people that if you don't drive offensively, you aren't going anywhere on the highways here. You better get real offensive on the highway, you'll be getting cut off left and right. And people act like it's your fault, too. It gets a little wild out here. It gets a little wild. Our crab still isn't done? Damn, that crab is taking forever. How's our food looking? Bad. Okay. How many sticks do we have? Enough. Alright, well, let's run these over here. We'll drop them on the floor and we'll get this thing going. Make ourselves a nice little hut. I just want it to feel homey, to be honest. That's all that I really care about, is that it's enough space to where we can sort of like bed down and relax if we need to. I realize it's a video game, but I'm sort of like actualizing right now. I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it, kids. It's going to be fun. So we'll throw another crab on there. The way you know if a crab is cooked. So in the previous episode, you may have seen like an issue where I couldn't find the cooked crab. It's because cooked crab will stack with the uncooked crab. And so then you got to drop them all on the ground and look for the red ones in order for it to work. Actually, there's a potato plant right here. I'd be interested in... Wait, can I set the bush on fire? That seems like a dick move. I feel like I just made like Smokey the Bear cry. Apparently, these crabs are really, really interested in potatoes. So, I didn't know about that. Crabs love potatoes. Yay, but yeah. The cooked crabs stack with the uncooked crabs right now, so you're just going to have to figure out a way to fix that if it bothers you. Unfortunately, there's not much more you can do. Alright, so a bunch of sticks over here. Bunch of sticks over here. And let's get back to work. We got lots of stuff to build in this episode, and not a lot of time to do it. I'm going to throw in another wall right there. Yeah, it looks good. And then I'll throw in another wall right here. Oh, we don't have the supports. Never mind. We need supports in order for that to work. So there's our other support. Take the wall right here, throw that up. I'm a little disappointed that the plant matter kind of like clips to the floors, but maybe they'll fix that up later. I'm hoping that eventually that will like disappear as a feature. We'll probably go like out over this way. Yeah, this looks comfortable enough. I wish that this foundation or this support wasn't here. Can I get rid of it? Because I just want this to be like a big open floor plan, I guess. I think it might come down. That'd be amazing if you can, because a lot of like pre-built... Yeah, it does. Fantastic. That's actually one of those little things that a lot of developers forget. Oop, our crab's done. That's one of those things that a lot of developers forget when they design their game, is they don't let you destroy stuff. So if you mess up during your construction, you have like this random ugly scar in the middle of your base that drives you crazy for hours. Let's try and throw a potato on there. Can you cook a potato? No, you can't cook a potato? Yeah, you can't cook a potato. You just gotta eat them, I guess. I suppose that's that. How's our food looking? It's a little bit low. We can do one more crab. There we go. Alright, so this side's going to be our doorway. I have no idea how to build a door, so no clue. We'll have to figure that out later. But once we get these walls on, I think it'll be pretty sweet. Do I have enough left to do another wall? I do not. So I need some more sticks, and I need some more palm fronds. That's okay. That's alright. I think we still got a couple trees left on the island somewhere. Just gotta chop down the last couple. Until it is all gone, we will not stop. The destruction of nature shall not cease until we have a bitchin' ass island mansion. Let's go ahead and chop this up real quick, and this should separate the fronds from the log. Come on. I know you want to fall off right now. I can hear it. Yep, there it is. Palm fronds done fell off. Our island is looking a little bit more bare around the edges. We've chopped down a lot of trees out here. Unfortunately, they don't regrow either. This means that for future construction projects, we're going to have to rely very, very heavily. I guess the flare is reusable as it stands right now? I don't know. It looks like the flare is reusable. I don't know how the water bottle functions either, but I'll figure that out in a little bit. I've actually just been mostly focusing on doing this the way the game intended. These drinkable coconuts, I should actually throw these all out into the ocean or something to get rid of them so that they aren't like laying around. There we go. Off into the ocean with you. That's where all of our trash goes. We've got a couple of rocks over here too. How many rocks am I carrying? I got 4 rocks right now. I'm not sure how much that helps me. I'll throw some rocks in the corner right there, and it sounds like dinner is up. We'll grab this. There we go. And another day survived. You gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. Little bit of liquids would go a long way right here. Let me crack open one of these coconuts. I would figure our character's gotta be just shitting himself inside out by now. Like, coconuts are not. They are an object. Can we eat the remainder of the coconut too if I break it open further? It seems kind of like I can break it open further. Doesn't it? I don't know. Yeah, you can. Got coconut halves. Can we eat them? I was gonna say, I thought you might be able to eat the flesh. There we go. So that's another thing that we can probably do around here. In fact, let's cordon off all of these coconuts. I hope the developers factor in the fact that coconuts are actually a laxative so that you can't rely on them too heavily without getting sick. That would be a really cool attention to detail that I would enjoy. So let's crack open the remainders over here, I guess. I'll probably spend a big old chunk of time later on just like cracking open coconuts and trying to make sure that our food supply stays nice. I like where we're at right now, though. I'm really, really pleased with the way that our base is going. For the time being, let me chop down a couple more trees. We got another grouping of fronds over here that I should probably bring back with me. We're going to need them for roofs as well. I'm not sure exactly how roofs work in this game, but I'm hoping that they're fairly simple and that they work the same way that the walls do. But I hope they look nice. Like, a lot of games have boxy buildings. Like, I hope the roofs actually look like roofs. It'd be cool. It would be appreciated. Oh, there's another one over here. Hey, we got all kinds of trees remain. This one tried to hide off in the forest like I wasn't going to find him. If you're worried about the screen being pitch black right now, it is also pitch black for me. There's not much that I could do about it. I suppose I could wait till morning to do this. In fact, I'll do that. I'll wait till morning. That'll make it a little bit easier on you guys. God, it's so dark right now, though. I feel a little bit embarrassed that it took me 5 episodes to realize that you could crack open the coconut and eat this flesh, but I guess that saved us a food supply, to be honest. Everything's looking good right now. Not going to worry about it. Let's focus on getting the remaining fronds off this guy right here, and I think that's actually the last palm tree on our entire island. Love the lighting effects in this game. Love, love, love the lighting effects. They are absolutely gorgeous, and every time I look at them, I'm just like, yep, this is screenshot worthy. Definitely going to be some amazing screenshots coming out of this game in the future. You can mark my words right there. Well, don't mark my words. I like my words to be unmarked. Unmarred. I like them unmarked, like my bills. I don't know. I don't even know what an unmarked bill is. I assume that it doesn't have, like... I don't know, my criminal expertise is lacking. Dump these palm fronds over here, and then we'll go track down some more sticks in just a moment. I wish that I had a way. Oh, we have sticks. Okay, so there's 3 sticks right there. Got a palm tree over here. This one's a little bit easier to see, so we'll chop this one down first. I'm really trying to get this base built without me having to go to other islands to get resources, because after this I'd like it to be a case where we sort of just like run around and find treasure. Like I saw a harpoon gun in one of the ads, like in one of the videos, so I know that's probably hidden somewhere on our map. We've already got a machete. What the machete's good for, I'm not sure. Like, it doesn't really chop down trees so great. It gets through potato plants pretty well, but having an entire weapon specifically for potato plants seems, I don't know. I guess. I don't really have any complaints, but I don't have anything good either. It's just like, eh. I mean, I guess we have an entire weapon dedicated. God, it is so dark right now. I may go ahead and actually wait till morning before we do much else, just to see if possibly We can keep ourselves cleared out. I do wish that you could plant the palm trees. That'd be kind of nice if you can make your own forest. I think palm trees take a long time to grow, though, as I recall. I'll be back once morning gets here. It's a little too dark. Welcome back, everybody. I just wanted to make sure that people could see what I was doing on camera. I felt kind of bad about the fact that it was... I don't want to run around in darkness for like 15 minutes while people are going, so what is he doing right now? Like, where I'm trying to explain while I lay around in the darkness what I'm doing. But at the same time, I feel like people are left out. My job here at the Nerd Castle is to bring you all in. The job is in, not out. And so, unfortunately, I feel like I'm alienating people. Actually, I can drag this tree. Let's drag this tree to a more advantageous position so that I'm not chopping in the middle of the... I could have done that at night, too. I guess I didn't have to take that time off, but it's okay. I had to make a couple phone calls to do some other fun adult stuff. See, a lot of people think that YouTubing is just like turning on video games and playing them, but no, there's a lot of like side business stuff you gotta do, too. You gotta do grown man stuff along with it, which is like, meh, grown man stuff always leaves me with razor bumps. I swear to God, I butchered my neck last night. Like, I went... Seriously, it was a hack job. It was bad. I should have switched out my razor, but I was being stubborn. I don't know if you guys do that too. Other dudes, do you do that? You get hella stubborn with your razor where you're just like, I don't need to change it. It'll be fine. And then you just basically, it's like shaving with several overlapping rocks. I do that all the time, and I regret it every single time, especially because like I have a prominent Adam's apple. My Adam's apple sticks out a long way. Kids in high school used to make fun of me for it. They'd be like, damn, dude, people climb up that Adam's apple like they were rock climbing. Better get somebody en belay or something. People used to mess with me for it. I got a big Adam's apple, and it's kind of like weird, and it's hard to shave around, and I always mess it up. I don't know. Look into my life. I'm bad at shaving, I guess is what I'm getting towards right now. Like, Problem is I get lazy. That's the big thing, is I try and rush it because I gotta go somewhere real quick, so I'm just like, yank, 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 and I go super fast. What I need to do is just get an electric one and, like, give up. Just stop, like, injuring myself that way. That would be a horrible part of this survival process, is I would have to grow a beard. While I like beards on other people, my beard is always itchy, which is why I don't like it. Did I already drink this? I did not. Okay. So there's a drinkable coconut over there, or a not so drinkable coconut anymore. On this side, let's finish up our construction, because we got a couple minutes left in the episode. I think we got about like 8 or 9 minutes left, and I would love to get our house completed right here. We had a bunch of episodes where I was just running around, dicking around, doing nothing. Now we're going to have episodes where we actually like make this place a home, a place where we can live and survive and thrive over the long term. Let me grab some palm fronds out of here because I don't want them to be caught up. You'd think you would need lashings for all this too. This house actually doesn't look that difficult to build, assuming, I mean, you would have to have some way to smooth out the supports, and with a stone axe, I just don't see that happening. I mean, it'd be a pain in the ass. We do have that knife though. Eventually you might be able to whittle them down, but it'd kill the blade pretty quick, and I'm not sure if that's something you want to waste it on. It's these long cross supports right here that the game's not taking into account. So if you look, you have the supports, but if you see through the middle, they're running like little short bars in there. And then what you do with these reeds right here is you go outside, inside, and then you affix them at the tops and the bottoms. And that's how you get it to work properly. It's actually a pretty amazing process. If you've ever watched like some of the indigenous tribes do things like this, it's amazing how quickly they can just like throw together a hut. Like seriously, they fly through it like it's not even a thing. For me, I'd be sitting around like looking like an idiot trying to get this thing built. Alright, so there's our next wall. There's our next wall. Come on, building materials. Hold out for me. We're almost there. Almost there. We're going to have to bring back more for the rest of it. But for right now, yeah, there it is. So now we got our house built. I'm pretty excited about it. We'll have to decide where we want things to go. I may put in another wall right here so we have a storage partition in here for maybe like building materials or something. Or maybe we could make a partition and then build a fire inside of here, like one of the big fire pits. I don't know, I was thinking about lining up like 2 fire pits on the back wall right here so I could simultaneously like double cook food, because that seemed like it would be pretty awesome. But much beyond that, it seems like it's kind of a pain to cook food in this game. Let me go bash open one of these coconuts real fast, see if I can get myself fed here. Where'd that thing go? I know there was a skinned one around here somewhere. I mean, it doesn't really matter. There it is. Let's bust this bad boy open. We'll eat the remainder. It's because the axe doesn't give you any feedback that you're actually damaging the coconut. That's, I think, the main thing. Eat that real quick. It's not very filling to eat nothing but coconut. I'll throw that out there, is that it's going to take some effort to fill your stomach off coconut, just because your body will go through the fruit carbohydrates and sugars really, really quickly. Like, that's one of the biggest problems. Is when I was dropping weight, I used to be like 200 pounds or so. For people that are new to the channel, I used to be like 200 pounds. Now I'm like 128 with 130. And so part of losing weight was both equally learning to change your eating habits, but I used to use fruit diets so that I would drop weight like really, really quick. So I would work out super hard every day and I would eat a bunch of fruit, and then I would take like protein and calcium supplements so that my bones and stuff didn't get leached. Calcium is one of the few things that your stomach lining can... I always bitch about vitamins and how they're a waste of time and money. It's because they are. Vitamins, most of them cannot be absorbed through your stomach. I mean, if you're really, really deficient, it's worth trying. But anyways, calcium doesn't have that problem. Calcium goes straight in the tummy and just like enjoys itself. Let's start moving stuff inside. I think we're in pretty good shape right now. I'm gonna put up a couple frond shields over here so that people can't see our house when they come by. I don't want people coming and stealing all our stuff. I know that's a great way to make friends with your neighbors. Call them thieves the first time you meet them. Go ahead and try that. Splattercat advice for life. We could go to just about any island right now in order to fill this out. I just want to make a stack of fronds over here though, because we got like all of these random palm tops around here. Reminds me of that Seinfeld episode with the top of the muffin. I'm not even a big Seinfeld fan, but that was a pretty funny episode. Like I never got it. Like I don't get why people love Seinfeld. Like I've never gotten it. Maybe it's because I've never sat down and watched it, or maybe it's just because it's like too early 90s for me. I don't know. It's something, and I just can't get into it. Let's take all these coconuts. I don't know how much space we're going to have right now, but we've got a lot of food for the future, so we should be able to keep ourselves fairly well stocked away with all this stuff. I'd also like to lean some of our goodies up against the wall, like hammers and stuff like that, get it organized in here, make it look nice. I don't know. I'm a housekeeper. Like, I really, really enjoy, like, making house in games like this, and I don't care what people think, because I am a giant sloppy man girl, and I'm okay with it. I'm totally okay with it. Totes doesn't bother me at all. I play The Sims and I build my house and I'm like, actually, yeah, I'd like to put a love seat in that corner. If you could actually, that love seat's gonna look fantastic. Oh my god, like seriously, I'm so jealous about this love seat. If you could get a fainting couch and we could put that over in the corner over there, but the upholstery's the wrong color, so like seriously, I get into it. Like I get excited. My girlfriend laughs at me all the time. She's like, you put more effort into like your fake online house than you put into your real life house. And I'm like, point well taken. I could probably mess with things in real life that matter, but this is my house. I'm not supposed to feel like I'm working here. It's all good with me. Let's go ahead and continue to like stack stuff up in here. We'll build roofs and things in a minute. I'm going to drop the drinkable coconuts over there so that I know which ones can be busted apart for food once we need them. We may not actually have to cook anything for a while. God, so many coconuts. Our coconut supply right now is absurd. Like seriously, we have a lot of coconuts. If only we had some lime. But nope, no lime. So we can't put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. I watched that Kevin Hart movie, The Wedding Ringer. I would say that the movie wasn't that good. Like Kevin Hart carried it. Like Kevin Hart's always good in like everything, but I was surprised. Like, it was iffy. It was iffy. If it wasn't for Kevin Hart just hustling that entire movie, I think it would have been a lot worse. Like, I think Kevin Hart's effort alone brought it up to like a 7.5 out of 10. But without him, it would have just been like a total bomb. It would have been like only Kevin Hart could like hold that one above water. It's kind of like when Robin Williams was in stuff. Like Robin Williams could just about hold anything above water. Like there are certain actors that by nature of just like the effort they put into the things that they do, that they can just like keep a movie from sucking no matter what. I mean, eventually everybody falls victim to the fact that, you make a bad movie every once in a while. I'm not going to sit here from my ivory tower and pretend like I don't make a bad video every now and again. In fact, I'd say probably like 25-30% of my videos by my own objective standard are pretty terrible. But it's the good ones in between, the ones that I had like a blast recording and the ones that I had like tons of fun. Like, for example, I'm having a lot of fun with Stranded. God, our coconut pile is absurd right now. Like, seriously. There's no such thing as coconut bandits or whatever. Like, there's no, like, carnivorous creature that's attracted to the smell of coconut, right? Because if there is, we are just hosed. We are done for. Gotta keep the menehune away from our green coconuts over here. If you don't know who menehune are, they're like little Hawaiian leprechauns. They run around and they cause mischief. So, for example, if you lose something in your house and you can't find it, you'll be like, damn, menehune must have ran off with it. Like, it is what it is. It's like one of those things that I grew up hearing about as a kid. Lots of interesting folklore. In fact, I've always wished that there would be like an RPG like Skyrim almost set in Hawaii during like right before the colonial period. Like right when the islands were going to war and they were getting ready to be unified by King Kamehameha. Like I would love to see an RPG set in that period that would also treat all of like the random fantastical creatures and things. Like for example, in Hawaiian lore, there's like lizard creatures that look after lakes. So for example, if you come onto a lagoon, I forget what it's called. There's a specific name for it. I'll have to look it up. I'll try to annotate this if I remember. There's like these lizard spirits that if you're on one of the Hawaiian islands, there's these lizard spirits. Yeah, that's what I wanted right there. Lean that thing up against the wall. No, that's not going to work. Well, fine then. I don't want to lean you up against the wall anyways. That's what you get, stupid spear. He's like, well, if you're going to call me stupid, I'm double not going to stand up. So there, you can't tell me what to do. There we go. Our spear's outside, so we got that leaned up against the wall. I'll probably try and put all my tools right there before we finish it off. See what I mean? I'm a housekeeper. Like, I like to stack things up and make them organized after we spent so much time being disorganized. Disorganized, dad organized, dem organized, whatever you prefer. We got water bottles, we got flares, we got all this good shit up at our base, so don't ever think that we aren't stocked up here at the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for this next episode of Stranded Deep. It is my pleasure to hang out with you. Seriously, I really do enjoy getting to do this every day. I can't stress enough how appreciative I am that every day I get to wake up and stack hammers next to a building and just like talk to you guys. And that's what I do all day, every day. It's such a tremendous honor. It's so much fun, and every single day I just wake up like full of hope for the remainder of the day. And my life didn't used to be like that. So anyways, thank you for allowing me that opportunity. I will see you all later. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle. Hi do, everybody.